Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. Well, looks like it's going to be a good start, a decent start in the green. And we've had a couple of good days as well. The market has pulled back a bit. So let's see whether that extends itself into today. But our research team is here to give you the list of top 10 stocks. The big news maker could be Reliance Retail. Reliance has announced that QIA has invested over 8,000 crores in its retail arm at a $100 billion valuation. Nisha is here to give us more details on that. Nisha, big one.
That's right. It's a big announcement coming in from the large conglomerate Reliance Industries that its retail arm, Reliance Retail Ventures, is raising 8,278 crore rupees from Qatar Investment Authority. Now, this particular deal values the company Reliance Retail at $100 billion. This also doubles the valuation of the company in the last 3 years. You'll remember that 47,000 crore rupees for 10.5% stake was sold in Reliance Retail in 2020 in the middle of COVID, and that had valued the company close to about $50 billion. So doubling of valuation as the company also grows at a scorching pace. Now, what it does is that while there were expectations of a $100 billion kind of a valuation, a QIA, a large global investor coming in and investing 8,200 at that valuation sets a benchmark valuation for the company, and it has picked up 0.99% stake. It also raises the expectations of the shareholders for a timeline for Reliance Retail's IPO in the upcoming AGM on August 28. So all eyes would be on the AGM. The investors who invested 3 years back also would be looking also at a value unlocking. So all eyes on the AGM.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Anisha. Well, we'll have Abhijit Bora of Sharekhan as well as Devanshu Datta of Third Eyesight will be with us shortly to discuss this in more detail. So that's about Reliance and Reliance Retail. We'll have a quick analysis on that in just a bit from now. But let's hop across to Rima for the big, large trade that's going to take place on Coforge. Rima, tell us more.
Thanks so much for that. So Bearings, which is the promoter of Coforge, is likely to sell its entire stake in Coforge via block deals. We're talking about a massive 26.5% stake. This is what Abhishek has picked up from his market sources. IFL is the sole broker. And the last time when Bearings had sold close to about a 10% stake earlier this year, the stock had fallen 10%. So there will be some pressure because it's a very, very large stake sale that we're talking about. But the good part is once this is all done, is that the technical overhang of promoter's stake sale will come to an end. Now, the promoters had close to about a 70% stake in the company. This was about 4 years back. But they've been periodically selling their stake in the company. So there was always that stake sale overhang, which in a way now gets eliminated. And also, if you see that, when the promoters had that 70% stake, the stock price of Coforge was about 2,300. So since then, the stock has practically doubled despite multiple stake sales by the promoters. Secondly, there are quite a few marquee public shareholders, whether it's mutual funds like Motilal Oswal, UTI, AMC. They have an FPI holding of nearly 25% stake. And thirdly, the company's growth rate has been very, very strong. Just last year, they hit a $1 billion annual revenue run rate. And even the guidance for this year is of a double-digit 13 to 16% top-line growth. Back to you.
All right. Well, Rima, thanks very much for that. That's going to be interesting to watch this morning. Well, Ekta is now joining in on Torrent Pharma, the Sun Pharma, P&G Health, which are going to be in focus. Ekta, tell us more. Morning.
Morning. Well, I'll start with Sun Pharma, which is going to be in focus on account of them losing a Court of Appeals ruling on a litigation with regards to an alopecia drug which is under development. Now, basically, the court has given a win to Incyte, which is the pharma company that litigated against Sun Pharma on this alopecia drug, which challenged the patent in 2017. Now, HSBC has written on it. They have a buy rating and a target price of 1275 rupees on the stock. They believe that the ruling raises the risk of a payout to Incyte, the company that challenged the patent, and a delay in launch of this particular alopecia drug. The ruling, however, is unlikely to impact the plan to advance the drug for the FDA review. Remember that it is a drug under development at this point in time. So we can expect Sun Pharma to probably see some red on account of this. Torrent Pharma, the US FDA has classified their Dahej plant as voluntary action indicated, which basically means giving it a green signal. Remember that this particular plant was categorized as official action indicated, which means that there could be a regulatory risk and approvals could slow down from that particular facility. It was classified as OAI in July 2019, and now it was re-inspected in May of 2023, issued 2 observations, and now the US FDA has classified it as VAI, giving it a green signal. So that stock I expect it to be in the green. P&G Health, expect the stock to probably be in the red because the revenue was up around 2%, EBITDA was down 23%, margins 15%, profit down 27%.
All right, thanks a lot, Ekta, for that. Well, let's hop across to Vivek now. He's tracking a couple of block deals this morning. Vivek, good morning.
Well, good morning. Some block deals and some news flow as well. First on our list, Atul Auto, yesterday a very interesting block deal. Society General picked up almost 0.7% stake in the company, and this was done at 409 rupees per share. The other one on our radar, interesting here as well, Snowman Logistics. So the promoter group entity Gateway District Parks purchased another 11 lakh shares, another 0.7% stake in the company. Remember, at the end of the June quarter, they already held close to 41.75% stake. And last on my list is Vascon Engineering. Good large order win coming in for this particular name. Company got a letter of acceptance worth almost 605 crore, and this is from Bihar Medical Services and Infrastructure Corporation. Now, this particular project that the company will do is for the construction of Lohia Medical College, and the work has been awarded on an EPC basis. The company expects to complete this within the next 36 months.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, crude oil prices came off a little bit overnight, which is good news from an India market perspective. Manisha joins us to run us through all those details. Morning, Manisha.
Thank you for that, Nigel. Well, yes, third day of decline and 3-week lows is how the crude oil prices are trading now, and we seem to be moving away from that $80 a barrel. 78 is back in case of WTI there, and this is as the markets believe that the U.S. could continue with its restrictive policy. There is slowdown in China, as we have seen, and then the weak PMI data that came in from U.S. and Eurozone also seems to be weighing on. So the crude oil markets are headed for a second weekly decline, and we are down by 2% on this week already. The street would also watch out for the U.S. Drafting of sanctions on Venezuela oil sector. That could also lead to more supplies coming into the market.
All right, thanks a lot for that. Here is a quick recap of our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow: Reliance Industries, Torrent Pharma, Atul Auto, Snowman Logistics and Vascon Engineers. While stocks with negative news flow: Coforge, Sun Pharma, P&G Health, ONGC and Oil India. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of the break, Dipan Mehta of Elixir Equities will join in for some fundamental stock analysis. We'll also connect with Abhijit Bora of Sharekhan and Devangshu Datta of Third Eyesight to talk about the stake sale that took place in Reliance Retail, valuing the business at $100 billion. More on that coming up in a bit.